My name is Thomas Kelly, Director of Retention, and this is Welcome to Worcester State. Welcome to Worcester State is an online web show where each week we talk about the important topics that are part of a new student's transition to Worcester State. This week I'm very excited to be joined again by Julie Carmel, Director of Student Accounts. Julie, welcome back.
Thank you, TK. I appreciate you inviting me.
Of course. For folks who may not remember who you are and what you do you want to give them kind of a quick rundown?
Sure. I'm the Director of Student Accounts. The Student Accounts office is located on the bottom floor of the administration building, along with where the registrar and financial aid are. We're positioned right in that lively center. We have the Student Accounts office, which does the billing, and we have the One Card office, which does the ID, pictures, and distribution of the One Card.
Excellent. Awesome. Well, you already know we have some questions planned, so let's kind of dive into those. So with bills coming out soon, most new students probably have never seen a bill before. So I guess can you kind of explain like the layout and what they should anticipate or expect to see on their bill?
Sure. We do still do paper bills to the home address. So it should come in a nice Worcester State envelope, nice and thick, because it's going to be the bill. It will be an instructional sheet with that. The bill itself will have tuition, fees, room and board if applicable, and any pending financial aid that's already been awarded and or accepted. So I know you had met with financial aid previously. If there are loans offered to the student, they need to return that award letter for that to appear on the bill. So that's very important. If you've received your award letter, make sure you check off everything that you want and get that back to them so that will appear as a deduction on the bill. And then in the end it will say the amount due. The bottom of the bill itself has a tear-off section where it will have the amount due, and then you can indicate how you're paying. Check, credit card, payment plan, all of that.
Great. So you kind of already alluded to that after financial aid is deducted, there still may be some sort of gap or balance due. What are some of the ways that a student can kind of close that gap?
We offer a payment plan through NBS Services. It can be found on mycollegepaymentplan.com/WSU. That you apply online, everything is done through them. They notify us within 24 hours of receiving that, and that will go against your bill. There's also private loans that Sally Mae is a very good option. There are Parent Plus loans that are not awarded automatically on a student's financial aid award letter, but if the student contacts financial aid, they can add a Parent Plus loan that the parent can apply for, and if they're approved, that will come off the bill as well. Any other options, probably want to come and see us to discuss. Main thing is private loans, payment plans, or making the payment in full. Just be aware there's a payment due. This one will be due August 7th, and there'll be another payment for the spring semester due the first week of January.
Great. So what happens if there's still a balance due after that August 7th deadline that you spoke about?
Yeah, the August 7th deadline, if the payment is not made in full or there's pending financial aid covering that, a non-payment hold goes on the account. Now, what that will do is prevent the student from making any changes to their registration. So if when you went into academic success and they picked out your classes and you wanted to change something, you want to ensure that your bill is covered in full before you attempt to make those changes. A non-payment hold will prevent those changes from being able to be made.
So if a student makes changes to their account, will they receive a paper bill, or is there another way to kind of check their statement?
The best way to check their statement is after the change is made. Go on WebAdvisor, check to see if it made a difference in your amount due. Paper bills are not mailed every time a student makes a change. They're only billed like the initial bill and then overdue notices, and those are the notices you don't really want to get. You want to try to mitigate that before the bill comes out. Go on to WebAdvisor, call our office, anybody will be able to tell you if the change that you made impacted your bill.
Okay. And if you attended orientation on day 2, we did an overview on how to navigate WebAdvisor, so webadvisor.worcester.edu. When is the final billing notice sent out for students? I know you just said you want to make sure that we kind of avoid that, but for students who still have a balance, when is that communicated from student accounts?
Yeah, typically the bill would have been paid on August 7th. Maybe during add drop, changes that are made, like classes added or dropped or changed, would result in an additional bill being generated. So after the first week of add drop, around September 13th this year, we'll send out an overdue notice, kind of a reminder saying this is the amount that's still not covered. That's the final notice.
Sure.
After that, we don't want to have any balances due after add drop is over. I usually like to use add drop as the absolute drop dead deadline, because no changes can be made after that. No classes can be dropped to adjust the bill any further. So we want to make sure by that date, student accounts is all set.
Great. Well, those are all of the questions that we had planned. As always, you know that we have the magical wheel. Everyone at home really enjoys the wheel.
Yeah, quiz.
Yeah, right. So you're going to give this a whirl, and we'll ask the question, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, study spot.
Study spot.
For students, just make sure everyone sees it. So for students, where do you think the best study spot is on campus?
I actually, depending on the weather, I think there are a bunch of good study spots on campus. The quad in between the administration building, the athletic center, and Science and Tech
yeah.
has beautiful Adirondack chairs that I think on late summer, early fall, that would be the perfect place to study.
Yeah.
Other than that, we have a lot of rooms. I know there's one in the administration building. First floor,
yeah.
right in front, big windows, great study spot there as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. This has been Welcome to Worcester State. My name is Thomas Kelly, Director of Retention. This has been Julie Carmel, Director of Student Accounts. As always, if you're interested in watching more of our episodes, feel free to go to youtube.com/Worcester State, click on playlists, and there's a playlist for Welcome to Worcester State. Thanks for watching. Happy Wednesday. Bye, everyone.